What is up, friends? Today I'm going to talk about the thing that gets everyone buzzing every time a new season of Disenchantment hits, and that is, of course, the references to Futurama. Let's just jump into it, and of course, spoilers for parts 1 and 2 of Disenchantment. That's the first 20 episodes. The very first real reference we see to Futurama is early on in the series, Chapter 2, For Whom the Pig Oinks. We see Merkimer at the Royal Wigsmith, and here on the shelf is unmistakably Fry's hair. A fun but small little reference to Futurama. The second real confirmed reference isn't until Chapter 10 when Lucy rewinds and replays events with this magical orb. If you freeze frame, you can catch an image of Fry, Bender, and Farnsworth in the forward traveling time machine from Futurama's 6th season episode, The Late Philip J. Fry. Easily one of the best episodes of Futurama's long run. The most fun thing about this reference is whether or not it implies a shared universe between the two series, and if you want to hear more about that, I'll link you to a video I wrote for Nerdist last year, hosted by my good friend Hector Navarro, and I'll link that in the end card of this video. Now, jumping into part 2 of Disenchantment, we get a few more fun Futurama references. In Chapter 12, Stairway to Hell, we see this series of tubes used to transport Elfo from heaven to hell, which look remarkably like the tubes seen to launch people across New York and Futurama. Also in Chapter 12, King Zog, voiced by John DiMaggio, unleashes his fury with this nod to DiMaggio's famous Futurama role Bender Benning Rodriguez.
Fight my shiny metal axe!
Pretty on the nose, but definitely fun. We have a couple more things that people seem to think are references to Futurama, but I mostly think that these are just coincidences. We see Jerry trying to smash bugs with a hammer, and he's told to aim where they're going to be, not where they are. This is obviously similar to the Futurama episode Anthology of Interest 2, more specifically the minisode within called Raiders of the Lost Arcade, where Fry wants to know what life would be like if life was more like a video game. I see why people think this is a reference, but honestly, that's just how you play Space Invaders and how you would have to smash bugs with a hammer. It's kind of that simple. But who knows, Stairway to Hell is written by Futurama showrunner David X. Cohen, so maybe it was a little nod to his old show. Another thing that falls into the coincidence but maybe reference pile is the fact that Lucy flies Bean and Elfo out of hell, much like Bender flies Fry and Leela out of robot hell in the first season Futurama episode Hell is Other Robots. You know, fun stuff, whether or not it's a reference. The next one comes in Chapter 14, The Lonely Heart is a Hunter. We see Bean and Zog in the basement storage area of Dreamland's castle, and here in the background we see what looks an awful lot like a holophoner from Futurama's episodes Parasites Lost, and of course its original series finale, The Devil's Hands Are Idle Playthings. Both incredible episodes. This feels like it was probably a fun little reference thrown in by one of the animators. In Chapter 18, we hear Zog throw out another line that Futurama's Bender is famous for.
Well, let's go already!
The next couple of references come in my favorite episode of Disenchantment, Chapter 19, The Electric Princess. First is a hilarious deep cut. We see Bean open up a drawer on Sky Gunderson's airship to reveal assorted lengths of wire. Back in the very first episode of Futurama, Space Pilot 3000, Professor Farnsworth brags about the drawer where he keeps his assorted lengths of wire, and if you look closely, they're all organized the exact same way. It's like they took the wires from Farnsworth's drawer and put them in Sky Gunderson's drawer. This episode also features a little model of the Planet Express ship seen here in Gunderson's shed, and the Gunderson airship's business in Steamland is actually located on Farnsworth Boulevard, a reference to Futurama's Professor Hubert J. Farnsworth, whose name is in turn actually a reference to the inventor Philo Farnsworth, a pioneer of television engineering. And the last reference I noticed is this funny courtroom gag.
Chaz with 5 Z's.
I think I've done enough court reporting to know how to spell Chaz.
This parallels Futurama's famous Star Trek episode where no fan has gone before, when George Takei is giving his autograph to Melvar.
Melvar has 3 L's.
I think I've done enough conventions to know how to spell Melvar.
And those are all of the Futurama references I noticed in the first 20 episodes of Disenchantment. Now, I know that there are some things that people claim are references, but I think that the similar animation styles actually just create parallels where otherwise there aren't really any. I don't think that this kid is meant to be a reference to Fry. No, this guy in the pile of corpses isn't scruffy. You can actually see his hair is different here if you look closely. And this airship from the very first episode of the show was never meant to be the Planet Express ship. It was actually just foreshadowing the existence of Steamland. But if there are other references that you think I did miss, please let me know below in the comments. Maybe I can put them in a video for part 3 when that drops next year. And of course, if you like this video, do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and stay tuned for more cartoons, reviews, and analysis. Peace.
Johnny! Two cellos!